Welcome back to the Ascendant Lands. Last time we left off, you guys managed to ingratiate yourself into the city's population and make a bit of a bit of an angry Arg. Wasn't very well pleased with the notions of Thoradin's devotion to Talos. And after relinquishing such devotion to Talos, when you guys managed to get back to Togegach village, Talos was mighty pissed. And as you could tell in the storms above you, you guys managed to have a bit of fun in the rain and mud, a bit of a sparring session, which left you all a bit cold, a bit muddy, but enthused and interested in each other's abilities. And you guys went to sleep that night, and it was a very stormy and fitful sleep. Very difficult for some of you to go to sleep. So can I just confirm who's in what rooms?
Do we still get long rested?
I think Turi was
Well,
with Thoradin.
not-
We existed.
You might or might not have a long rest. We'll see.
Fair enough.
I think I was
Um,
anyway.
Yeah,
Talari's obviously by herself. She won't be sleeping with
Talari
anybody.
always gets worse.
Krusk is on his own, I guess.
Yeah.
Him and City.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
No, I
Nadia's
think
happy
it's
to
with
be
me,
by
Turi.
herself as well. If like Krusk, because Talari never wants to share, but if Krusk doesn't want to share, then she's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
There's no room across. Takes up the whole bed.
Wow.
there are
Big
rooms with multiple beds. That's okay.
Krusk needs his
Hostel
space.
style.
Yeah.
Needs to put the beds together so he's got the spread. You see.
He can do like he sleeps
Yeah.
like a starfish.
Yeah.
Like,
He sleeps sideways. He doesn't go the normal. He doesn't. He sleeps.
Yeah, like across the bed like
Yeah,
that.
So it's just Thoradin and Turygurtha that are sharing a room. Yeah.
Yeah, what happens to him? Does he convulse? Do I have to
So,
resuscitate him? What
Does he
happens?
die?
Slightly cooked.
So, only about an hour or two into the evening, some of you may or may not have had dreams. And
Quickly checks my private messages.
Turygurtha, you are witness to this. And
Good.
what you see is that, or what you notice is that Thoradin becomes like practically strapped to the bed with both his arms bound with like pure energy, it looks like. And he is in visible discomfort.
Wow.
And you get up, you try and investigate, slap his face a bit, try and wake him up, try and rouse him. But nothing seems to work. Nothing you seem to do seems to work.
I can't pull his arms free or anything.
No. In fact, if you feel an intense electrical energy by the bounds, and you feel that if you were to touch them or trying to like break them, you're probably going to get shocked yourself. So you could definitely try, but you're likely to get some.
I think she
some
would
hurt on
try.
you.
I think she would still try.
Okay. So
Because you wouldn't know, would you? Because Turi's not necessarily magically inclined to know that it's going to get
Well,
feedback.
you can feel the static energy build off Thoradin.
Right. So you know fire's going to burn you. You don't need to touch it to find out.
Yeah. I think she would know. I think she'd still do it though.
Okay, you still try. Okay, so you take 8 electric damage from like the first time of trying to free Thoradin.
Did he get twatted into the wall?
Yeah, you get jolted back a bit. You're like, shit. Do you try further, or you like, damn, you gotta let this ride?
I just I slap him again and I say, Thoradin, wake up.
Thoradin doesn't wake up. Visible discomfort, and outside, you hear a very loud boom, which wakes all of you up. All of you are awoken by a very loud boom that sounds like it was from the walls of the city.
Okay.
The actual
Breaks all of you
Like
out.
something hitting the walls. Is that like something impact boom?
like an explosion boom.
Like
Like
an
the
explosion.
inns are based around the city wall, so you would
Yeah,
like
yeah.
feel the vibration,
Is
the
it like a window
explosion.
that I can like run and look out of?
Yeah,
room?
say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
window.
A window. You look out
Is
a
Thoradin
window.
working out?
Thoradin's not awake yet,
God, fuck.
but from that boom, Thoradin is no longer in his bounds. So that from the boom, his bonds disappear. And he's no longer like electrified. So as all of you like decide to look outside,
Mhm.
you see fighting. For
Fight.
whatever reason, Togegach has started early.
Oh God, fuck's.
Oh.
Oh,
Fuck.
Yes, I didn't want to miss it.
Excellent.
Yes.
um.
What
I'll
was the
go
boom?
to-
Can we see?
You can probably see like the far distance that like part of the wall maybe has like been exploded,
I've been knocked
and
down.
and potentially that's what like people have like, or some of the clans have tried to like take advantage of to try and take the city early.
That's
man.
surprising to me actually, because they seem to be like really keen on doing it properly, like this massive ritualized
Mm.
thing.
I feel there's something sus. Can I go to Talari's room since it's the meeting room? I'll knock on the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, you
If
can
there's
knock
any
on the door.
doors I walk along on the way, I'll be like, guys, we need to talk. Let's meet in Talari's room.
You hear the Turygurtha, you hear the knock on the door, and about 2 minutes later, Thoradin eventually wakes up.
Thoradin, what happened? Are
Yeah,
you okay?
Thoradin isn't looking good. He's pretty shaken. Yeah, I'm not good. Talos got to me in my dream, and
Oh,
he wasn't happy, as we thought. Yeah, he I don't know what he was trying to do. He was torturing me in some way. All I could feel was just the lightning going through my veins, slowly wearing away at me, splitting me in some way. But out of nowhere, Tempest arrived to save me. Just as Talos was about to rip me in two,
who-
Tempest shielded me from his
who's
bolts.
hold on. Matt, who's Tempest again?
God of War.
God of War.
He's like a neutral God of War. He's not like
Yeah.
a neutral.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Nadia's mentioned him in the past.
yeah.
Yeah, he's the god. He's the God of War. Like,
Turi looks out the window, then she looks back at Thoradin, and she looks out the window, then she looks back at Thoradin. You're telling me that the God of War Tempest has just suddenly saved you at the exact same time that some clan has decided to attack the city? I feel like there's a connection here.
Clans attacking the city. That's not good. Well, you know, Tempest always likes a fight. Maybe it has something to do with this, but I just thanked him as much as I could. Being a barbarian, we have some sort of connection. He came to my rescue. Not that I need it. I mean, one more bolt, I would have taken it. But yeah,
Okay.
Just
we
a
need
scratch.
to maybe discuss this later with the entire group, but right now I think we need to leave.
yeah. Let's get the fuck out of this room.
So he runs towards Talari's room.
so you all congregate in Talari's room.
She would have like
The
Told you
sound
to-
of fighting
she-
intense outside.
she would have told you to all wait at the door for like a couple of minutes while she like scrambled to get herself ready, because you know
Go on, get dressed.
she's not gonna let you all in where when her night clothes. So
Just in a nightgown, yeah.
you know, so she gets ready and then obviously let you in. So
You
just
get
wanna-
undressed for sleep?
yeah, so don't want to get it dirty just sitting on the floor. You know?
Just sleep in the nude.
No, Thoradin, no.
More comfy.
Nah, well,
Hello.
in the few minutes or whatever, like, I'm assuming that the inn was full of other travellers who aren't
Mhm.
involved
Hmm.
in the fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
The night before you were given warning of like tomorrow's the Togegach. Like, oh, sorry, not the next, not tomorrow. The next day after is Togegach. Make sure
You
you're
all
out of the
need
city,
to leave. Yeah. Okay.
otherwise you'll get involved,
Yeah.
or you could be at risk.
Yeah.
I was going to say, oh, does anyone know why they've started early? Well, because I saw we had 2 more days. Didn't get my
Yeah,
days mixed up.
definitely.
I'm just as perplexed as you are, Krusk.
No idea.
I think Tempest might have something to do with it.
Tempest.
Why? What's he doing
I don't
here?
know.
What makes you think that?
Well, Turi said something about as soon as I was awoken, there was some sort of boom.
Yeah, part of the city walls come down.
Is this?
I don't know if it was struck by lightning or some kind of siege engine, but part of the city wall over there has come down.
Have you?
And I think the nearest clan took that as a incentive to launch their offensive early.
Or
Should
have you,
we-
have you been making pacts with evil gods again?
I
Thoradin.
almost got killed by Telos.
Oh,
He
Well,
was,
Tempest
torturing
isn't
me in my
evil.
sleep.
Well,
Oh, that's some shit.
Lightning bolts. Yeah, they don't feel
Here we
great.
I mean, at
Yes.
this point, we can't really be surprised. If anything, it is one thing. The one thing that is surprising, your one's actually inflicting pain onto you. Considering all the other gods we've annoyed, they haven't really done anything.
I haven't got anything on my body, have I, Matt? From like the dreams. There's no like physical
No.
markings or anything.
Are you
No,
serious?
Tempest healed.
Stopped
sorted
it.
you
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, he healed me, didn't he? Yeah.
Cyric did have me for a while. I think it depends what kind of hold they have on you.
Oh, with your
Yeah.
2.0, and that's true, I suppose. But then,
Mm.
well, haven't we annoyed like Baal, Bane?
We're not really close to Barlow Bane though. I think maybe it's their connection to you.
Thoradin had a personal connection.
Well, I tried
would
to
be my
relinquish
guess.
that, but still have some sort of hold over me.
Mm.
I had a pretty
Any-
bad dream with Cyric once. But
Hmm.
it was over pretty quickly. It was
Right.
more of a threat than an actual torturing.
Matt, if I listen, can I
Mhm.
hear the fighting?
Yes, definitely.
Is it getting closer?
It's more like just outside. It's like there's some outs. It's like lots of people.
Well,
Like
you
it
were
could be
saying
just
like
like walk
the
around.
wall, like the falling of the wall had started it, and that was
Yeah.
like some way away. Like
Mhm.
it's sort of the way, like the front line, as it were, getting closer. Or
Uh,
can't I tell?
not really. But you could definitely tell there's like chanting of other fighters outside, trying to like organize a response.
I'd
So
imagine
there's
they'd
just,
all.
like, not
I-
not necessarily clashing of swords outside. It's more just like shouting and lots of organizing
yeah, I can imagine they're all
outside
kind
your
of
window.
they're all kind of like flowing into from their respective camps and stuff. I'd imagine, as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Matt, with Togegach, do all the healers have to dress in white?
To be
Was that a rule?
identified as a healer, yes.
Can we
Yeah.
all just dress as white and walk out?
Nobody ever said healers were non-combatants.
Mm.
Secondly, this inn is full of other travellers who didn't want to be involved.
We may be just safer here.
But they attack the inn.
I don't know, but if
Don't
nothing
know.
else, it's a defensible position.
If we
If
go
they
out, if we
do.
go out there, we could get attacked from all sorts of angles.
Exactly.
Surely they wouldn't trash the whole town each year and then rebuild it.
I mean, they just destroyed a wall.
Another
That's
walls.
true, yeah, I'm
They
not
just
quite
destroyed a
surprised.
defensive wall that's designed to
Yeah.
protect the city from the
Um,
It's literally the town of violence.
Is
Hmm.
the is
It's the
the
village of violence.
is the innkeeper
Mhm.
around? Can we go talk to him?
I was going
He
to say,
must
is the
know.
innkeeper like a local?
Yeah, they will be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go grab
Say,
the innkeeper.
yeah, let's go find them. Go downstairs and
Yeah.
find them.
Yeah. So, you guys go downstairs and you find a lot of other very nonplussed, fairly annoyed, or very scared people woken up in the middle of the night, going, "What the fuck's going on? I thought you said it was another 2 days away. What's happening?"
What
And
the
then the innkeeper's like, "Calm down. It's okay. We didn't quite get the preparations up in time. We're still a few days away, but it's okay. They shouldn't attack here. If you just go back to your rooms, please. We'll free food on the house, please. Don't leave yet, please. It's, we'll get some of the rooster here to guard the place, and they should do their job. That's what they're here for. They protect the city.
Mi-
It's because it's
Mis-
theirs."
Mr. Innkeep, why is the fighting started early?
How am I supposed to know?
Hmm.
I heard a loud bang and I was woken up. Looks like I imagine that everyone else was here.
Has this ever happened before, to your knowledge?
No, I've been here 30 years, and just usually we just able to get all the bat out of all the hatches. I say goodbye for a few days, and I come back, and it's a bit knocked down, and I have to rebuild again. But we get paid for that.
Mm. Actually, wondering if being in the place at the city at all is even a good idea.
I kind of feel like something's going on. I'm tempted to go out and see what the situation is.
You're likely to get attacked if you go.
Could be people in trouble if something strange has happened. Something sus.
Aren't they like trying to do like capture the hill? So they're going to be going to one location.
Yeah, it's king of the
Fine
hill,
for
isn't
that.
it? Basically.
Well, it's also kill the leader as well, right?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
They're not going to be around here. We can just go out the east gate, something, south gate, slip round the side.
I don't think we can.
The problem
There's
is,
a whole quote unquote enemy camp just out there.
yeah, they camp outside
Not
all the
even
gates,
the
don't they?
camp that we like.
They'll be assaulting the gate because the gate is the weak point in the wall. That's not the massive hole that's just
Yeah.
been blown into it, but nevertheless, the gate is the weak point in the
Yeah.
wall. That's why
that-
you have things like battering around.
Yeah, and that's probably all where they're funneling in from. So at least straight away, we're probably not going to get through those.
I'll wait until they will come in.
Yeah. Well, for one, I don't think we should stay here at all. If this
Yeah.
man is saying he has to rebuild his building when he comes back, that means we're not safe here either.
Yeah, but neither's anybody else.
Also, what if something's gone wrong out there? They're not meant to be fighting now. Maybe we should go and see.
Oh, they can always have it out
can
within
help.
themselves. There's nothing that we need to necessarily get involved with.
Well, we are the JC.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we
Yes.
should find out what's going on. What if it
I
is
mean-
Tempest who's
Right, yeah,
interfering?
but how are you going to stop 5 armies?
Well, we got to go find out what's going on first. Find out why they went early.
The problem is, Krusk, if I understand these rules correctly, you have to kill their leaders in order to get their territory or whatever it is. Their leaders, the person we probably have to speak to, is going to be heavily guarded. They're not going to let us go there. They don't know who we work for.
And indeed, they're going to be running around trying to kill everybody else and be a bit busy for that kind of thing.
They may think it's us assassins.
I vote we try and talk to someone.
Who are you
We
going
can
to talk
grab
to,
a grunt.
Krusk? Who are you
Well,
going to?
we can grab maybe one of the grunts, see if they know anything.
No,
What are they going to know?
they're probably just more excited that they get to hit each other. I don't imagine it's any more
Well,
complicated than that.
This is like a religious thing as well, isn't it, Matt? It's not just like
Mhm.
a yeah. So it is weird, right? It's not
It's
just like
very
it's not just a punch up. Like this is like a religious ceremony.
Sure, but
It's-
Krusk,
it's-
if their leader has said go fight, they're just going to do it. They're not going to.
I
Question.
don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's could be more to it. This is like a tradition, right? They wouldn't break it unless there was a big reason to.
The problem is
Something's
if
going on.
it is a 5-way war, are they really going to stop for a chit chat?
Oh, I'm not planning on asking them to stop. If necessary, I think we'll need to subdue someone and question them.
That might not go down too well. That might not go down too well, Krusk.
Yeah, they're going to have a lot more mates than you.
The one advantage, I suppose, is I'm dressed in white. I can, in theory, move freely.
Mm.
They said it identified you as a healer, not as a non-combatant.
They wouldn't kill the healers. That defeats the whole
Yeah,
point of the healers.
As from my
Yeah, they
under-
need the healers.
if it works anything like the tournament clerics, they are neutral.
Yeah,
they
they won't
don't-
hit the healers.
we
Otherwise,
heal-
there's no point having a healer thing on.
We heal everybody in the tournaments, no matter where they're from, no matter who they are. So-
I just want to point that out.
Of course, but attacking
know?
healers means that they themselves don't have any.
They don't get healed. Yeah.
Sorry, I know you might not want to go out there, but I think we should. I'll obviously come with you, and I think we need to at least try and find out what's going on here.
Might
If
wanna-
you're going to be worried about somebody, Krusk, the people you're going to need to worry about is whoever was in the houses next to the wall when it came down.
I mean,
Everyone
much we can
started
do.
fighting.
they were under the wall, and that's going to stay there.
Exactly.
dead.
Most likely crushed into stone. I don't think. there's
Yeah,
no-
but if everyone started fighting, there's going to be no rescue effort at all.
You're welcome. I mean, if you want to come, we can go check it out if you want. But I think the main priority has got to be what's going on, what has triggered this, And even if you do want to leave, then it would be good to find out what is going on rather than sort of blindly running around.
We're going to need a plan
Okay.
here, Krusk. I don't really want to go walking around and taking a stroll down all the alleyways looking for somebody.
I
With
was going to say, how would you plan to find someone like that?
I'm
Go
sure
to
we'll
the
find someone
church.
pretty quick if they're
No,
fighting
no,
all
no,
the
no.
church
If
is
you
a
want
good
to
idea.
find someone in power,
No, I didn't
how
say
are
that.
you?
We can start questioning, anyone, I guess. See if they know anything.
Mhm.
They might be able
Well-
to they might be able to direct
Got
us to
random
someone.
people. I
Mm,
don't
well,
really think that's going to work.
Turi's suggestion makes sense if we go to the
Well, go to
church.
the church.
Where's the
Church or
church in the middle?
in the middle, yeah, sort of to the left.
Ooh.
The church or the city hall? I mean, in theory, those people should know what
Yes,
the hell's
also
going on.
known as
You're
No
thinking the
Man's
priest-
Land, but church.
You're thinking the priest might know?
Possibly.
Sorry.
Well, it's as you said, it's a
religious
religious ceremony.
festival.
Yeah, that's a good
So
idea.
Got
if
a
something
very
was
good
awry, then they are the most likely to know possibly why.
There could be some hidden rules, which means that these things happen early. We don't know.
Or maybe the priest will want to. Oh yeah, Let's
Yeah,
go.
the
Let's go to the church. That's a
priests
good
might
idea.
be.
I mean,
They
who
might be
Might
knows?
be.
helpful.
Maybe they just decided to start it early, so everyone has an unfair advantage, I suppose.
Equally
Not as
upset,
prepared.
yeah.
Hmm.
Mind you, I'm a little worried about leaving this place undefended.
I am as well. These people aren't necessarily fighters, and they have literally no defenses apart from these unprepared walls.
The
Let's
problem.
say.
Well, we can take them out of the city.
Well,
Technically.
How?
the issue is, if we stay in here and defend them, chances are they're going to be attacked by the building falling on them, which is not a lot we can help with.
You need something serious to make a building fall on you. Matt, is the building made out of stone?
They
or
have
wood?
just a wall fell down, Nadia.
Stone foundations, wood
But wood upper.
framing.
They could burn it as well. I don't know how
Yeah.
bloodthirsty they are during this, but they could.
I
Burn it.
mean, if
They
they've got the
burn
means
it.
to break down a wall, they've got a means to break down a building.
Oh,
but-
we
It
don't
might
know
have
if
been, well,
they.
the wall might have
they
been
did
the
that wall.
lightning. Is the only thing.
That's the
Yeah,
thing. But
it could have been the gods.
true, maybe.
The my theory is that the wall is lightning.
Did we hear
Also,
lightning?
if you've got something big like that, you don't waste it on an inn. You use it on another section of the wall or like a tactical place. You don't waste it on a bunch of civilians.
Did you know when we were going through the Korrak thing? Are they all just physical fighters, or are they mages?
We're sketching are mages. Like in the predominant profession is fighter,
Yeah.
barbarian, but there's plenty of uses for mages.
Yeah. So I
Um,
mean, if they've
okay,
got spell carters, they can easily get down a building collateral damage.
Okay, how about this? If you're worried about the people here, we can some of us can stay to defend them, and some of us can go to the church.
I'm not sure whether splitting our forces might be a good idea.
I think we should all go to the church personally, because I think finding out what is going on is the most important thing.
And we're likely going to get resistance between here and there. The more of us there are, the better.
Yep.
True.
So I would say we all go.
I agree.
Where's the innkeeper gone in all of this, Matt?
He's just
hanging about?
while you guys are all just talking among yourselves, he's
Chatting
trying
in
to
the corner.
attend. Yeah, he's trying to attend to all the people who are all pissed off. Trying to be like, you go on back to bed. We'll try and get this sorted out. We'll get the rooster here to protect the inn. It's okay. They shouldn't attack here. It's only some years it gets destroyed. Not every year.
Really reassuring, mate.
Exactly. That's what we want to hear, isn't it?
It's like offering drinks to people, trying to placate them how he can.
Krusk, you're not going to take advantage of the free food?
Some for the
I
journey.
I never eat before a big battle.
Fair enough.
It-
Fair enough.
Don't want those cramps.
It's true. You don't
I'll-
want to
I'll-
stitch.
I usually eat extra after the battle to make up.
Something to look forward to, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, are we heading to the church then?
Yeah.
Before we do that, go over to the innkeep. What is your most defensible position that you can hide these people while this battle is going on? Do you have a cellar, bunker, defenses?
Yeah, we have a cellar. That's where most of the cold food stays.
Is it proportionally well defended, and does it have a way to get out that doesn't include coming back into the building? So if the building does collapse, you have an alternative.
Probably that should be a thing, right?
How long
Pro-
have you
project.
owned this place?
Yes, I've never had to use it. That's the problem. I've rebuilt this place so many times. It's a different layout practically every time.
Okay, so
There's bound to be. Yes, there must be.
here's my suggestion. Maybe go find out, and then if there is a way to get out that doesn't include going through the building, because if it collapses, that will be bad. Maybe bring all your guests down there in the meantime, and we're all going to see if we can go sort this out, okay?
Okay. Good luck. May Hurrik guide your blade.
Whatever. Bye.
This is gonna
It's a
give him
fair-
like a hand clasp, clasp arms. Good luck, my friend. We'll try and come back for you if anything happens.
You'd think that they'd all have cellars, if it's situations like this. I think that'd be a
Most of them
standard.
are out in the streets.
I feel like bunkers would be a reasonable thing.
Yeah, bunkers would
don't
be
you?
good.
If
Or
you,
like
if you
Well, most
lived
people
here-
do want
passengers
to
out
leave.
of the city.
People don't want to get involved. Leave the city for the night or so.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the only person this matters to is Krusk. Do you take the time to put your armor on?
Yes. I will.
Okay. So you go back up to your room, don your armor, and then come back downstairs, all resplendent in your armor and your billowing cape.
God.
It's
all of us
billowing
downstairs are just like,
extra
so
hot today.
he always takes so long to get ready.
Yeah, we're always waiting for it. Is it still absolutely pissing down?
Oh yeah, still chucking it down.
Talari, do you want to borrow my coat again?
I mean, it was very heavy. I don't know, moving was quite difficult. But it was very warm, though. It was quite
It's dried out by this point as well, so it will be lighter.
I suppose I would. But then aren't you gonna need it?
I'm probably going to be doing enough running and swinging an axe to keep me warm. I
Yeah.
won't worry about it. Also, like, it's so much warmer down here. I hardly need it.
Oh. Okay. I mean, it's up to you. I don't want to impose on it's your clothing at the end of the day, but
Wear the cloak, Talari.
okay.
Wear the coat. Otherwise, you're going to get to the church absolutely useless because you're half frozen.
That is true. Yes. It's, yes. I'm not really big fond of the cold and the wet, and it's all damp. You see, it's not very good when you're wearing robes.
If we
it sticks to your skin. It's just not. It's not pleasant.
if we spend the next 3 months permanently damp, and she's going to do like this at Thoradin.
Wow. Yes.
Make sure they can still see that you're only wearing white. So
Oh yeah,
Talari.
technically she's not all
There's no-
white anymore.
There's no black in this, is there? Presume-
No, it's tanned leather, so it's like brown.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think
Ah.
that's a clan color anyway. So that should
No,
be
it's
okay.
brown. It's like
Well,
probably
the Korrak
trimmed
is the
something-
Korrak is brown, isn't it? Is that not brown?
No, they're
Purple.
Or
yellow.
was
Purple.
orange.
Korrak's
Korrak's
yellow, yeah.
Oh, it's yellow. Okay,
They're yellow.
fair enough.
Yeah, it's brownish and it's trimmed with something like fox fur, which is like dark red. So you're probably all right.
I guess. Yes. No. I don't think any of us is wearing black. I don't believe because with Turi's
Not
change.
predominantly.
Very
What's
not
that again?
anymore.
Is that the leader thing?
That's
No,
that
it's- you're willing to
that
You
die.
don't
you
want
get
to be
resurrected.
revived.
So
To
do
be
not.
fair, we're
it's a DNR.
obviously not. We're obviously not wearing clan colours.
No.
Mm.
I'm not wearing clothes, so.
I'm the only one that's
Wow.
close to a clan color, and I think I've got too many shades of other stuff to be
Is
clan colors.
Thoradin straight up buck naked, or is it at least?
No,
wearing
no,
He's
no.
got
I
like
meant, I
a-
Well,
meant,
he came
I meant
downstairs. He'd like the
bare-chested,
thing.
He's
bare-chested.
he's got suspenders and trousers.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah,
bare
yeah.
chested.
He's-
We would have had to
that's
say
alright
something by
then.
now if he was literally naked.
He's always been bare chested.
Oh, I know he doesn't wear a shirt, but Dad's like, oh yeah, I'm just not wearing clothes. And I thought
I
because
thought-
he
I
like,
thought
got
it'd be funny to
stolen
say
out of
that.
his bed. that
That'd be
maybe
so funny. It's so
he
good.
was just running
Awesome.
around in his underpants.
I mean,
or
he's literally
something.
just
He
come
would've-
out of a horrible, torturous dream.
He probably would. Yeah, he probably would have gotten
Well,
away with it because
exactly.
everyone's so frantic. They probably wouldn't have noticed the.
Running
Yeah.
around like a naked dwarf, yeah.
Yeah, the beard comes
beard
down long
which
enough
covers
to
it,
Yeah,
hide
it's
it.
just standard. Oh yeah, it kind of hides it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the 15 minutes that Krusk spends putting on his armor, hopefully Thoradin can find a pair of trousers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have plenty of time to like gather your gear and prepare to
Yeah.
go into the battles
Cool.
ahead. That's absolutely fine.
Hello.
So are we doing this like stealth as Nadia, or are we just cooking anyone who gets in our way?
I don't really think there's going to be so many of them. I'm not really sure stealth's gonna.
I reckon we leg it.
Honestly, I
speed.
think I think speed is our ally today.
Alright.
Mm. Yes.
Flurry, maybe try and stay close. Matt, can I like? I don't
Keep
know.
Talari in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, like
She's the
like
only
if
one who
something
can't take a hit.
if someone takes like a swing at Sorry, can I just like jump in the way?
I mean, I can do that for all of you to have that as a reaction. I mean, if Talari goes out wearing white, you have a better chance of that less likely to happen, and you can give off the impression that you're her bodyguards.
yeah.
That makes sense,
Unfortunately, you
yeah.
guys never went to investigate what was going to happen for the healers that they were proffered.
Mm.
So you
No,
don't
'cause
necessarily
we
know
were
what was
like,
going to
you know
happen.
what, we're gonna leave town,
Yeah.
and then the thing we were trying to avoid came to us.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you don't quite know what the situation around how the healers are protected or if they are protected at all. But you can definitely go around and pretend to be or act as if you are her bodyguards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that makes sense.
Can do that,
completely
yeah.
reasonable.
A lot of
I'm
circle
glad she changed her outfit before coming into the thing. It's,
Yeah. All right. Should we hustle?
Let's, I guess.
all out, motherfuckers.
Okay, so
And I suppose
guys-
I suppose to keep up the charade, I should probably heal one every now and again. You know.
No, don't heal them.
No,
They
no,
don't
no,
deserve
don't,
it.
don't
We're
stop.
running.
We're
Speed
getting to
is
the
of the
church.
essence.
We need to
They
find out what's happening.
They don't deserve your slots.
Rude.
No, I'm not gonna go there. Okay. Well then, yes, best hurry.
Okay, so you guys step outside into the rain, and as you step outside the inn, to your right, you can see like a wave of pink soldiers amassed around near the east gate, and then to your left, to around the other side of the south gate, you see a similar thing. Like there's not a lot of many people around you specifically. They're more focused around like the planned out weak points. You do see other people in white, but they're like in groups of white running around as you guys move around as well. So you see like, oh, that's probably a cleric group or a healer group running around to whatever area of the city. It's very loud. Lots of people are like, there's a fair amount of confusion still going on. Some people who had like, you can tell had jobs to do are trying to just do their best to do their job. But any kind of like decision making you can see trying to like give commands, give orders are just confused. And you can hear shouts of like, it's not supposed to be today. What's going on? What it's supposed to be out of here today or tomorrow. And lots of like confused people, not a lot of people understanding what's going on. People either in like dress wear or pajama wear, just like running around in the city being like,
Load of bugbears in night shirts. Sorry, that's an
Like,
amazing image.
and people complaining, like trying to go to as you go past Smith's Alley, there's people trying to bang on Smith's door, trying to get their armor because for whatever reason it was being polished the day for the big fight in the day before. We're trying to get the swords and weapons sorted from the Smiths. So it's a fair amount of chaos that because you're dressed as a healer in the city, you guys generally do get around unscathed and like unbothered. You're able to just say, "We're heading to the church. We're heading to the church. We're going to the city centre, the main square." And they're like, "Okay, carry on." They're too busy focused on what their job was at that time.
I mean, how sporadic are these fights? Like, are they literally just like clusters of it everywhere? Like, what's the actual fighting?
from your side of the city, it's not so much fighting yet.
Right.
It's mainly people preparing to fight. But as you get
Right.
because from what you can like see of like the smoke that's coming from like the north side of the city.
Mm.
And so you can hear fights of like fighting. You can hear sounds of fighting and like people being organized to fight from the north, and people being like taken from the south side to the north side. Because it seems that for the moment the other clans haven't started to join in yet, from what you could tell. Like, so people are trying like knock on the gate doors, be like, "What the fuck is going on from their end?" But like, it's a lot of just a misunderstanding, not a lot sure what's going on. So as you guys make your way to the city square, you come up with like a phalanx of bugbears, all garbed in pink, with shields and like making a big like double square around a central pink leader with like patches of black armor on them, and he's just. And at the moment, as you are trying to run up, and the phalanx are trying to like get in your way, you can see like what seems to be the leader is talking to a bunch of priest-looking people, looking pissed off, very angry, trying to like rip and tear him a new one. And these priests are just there, like trying to like either step up to him and try and respond angrily back, or trying to like cower in his wake because he's so intimidating. So you can see that kind of go on in the rain, and the phalanx are there, like, stop!
Are we gonna stop?
Yeah, we stop. Yeah.
What do you? You're supposed to heal the city. What are you doing here? There's no
We,
healing required here.
we came from the inn. We were under the impression that this wasn't supposed to start for another few days. We wanted to see what was going on, if there was anything we
We're-
could do to help.
We're under the same impression. We're trying to get it to stop.
How do you? Is there a way? Is there like a signal or something to stop it? What are you trying to do?
We're trying to guard our captain. That's what we're doing.
Hmm.
And you can see the leader just shouting angrily in the background.
Is there anything we can do to help you make this stop? Obviously, something's gone wrong here. We need to try and stop the fighting.
Go north and fight if you want.
Hmm.
Take out those cell bastards for trying to break in.
Are they the ones who started it? Do you know?
We heard a bang and they start coming in. That's all we know.
How do you say to settle?
Well, can we see what's
So,
happened?
the
Is there...
blue people from the north.
Yeah.
That's who he's saying. Okay.
No, we can't see the gate from here, can we?
No, there's you can still see smoke rising and
Okay.
from
Even
the
if-
north.
Even if we stop Zell, though, there's no guarantee the fighting will stop. But it just looks like everyone's getting drawn into the conflict now.
Well, then Togegach started early, boys. And then everyone else, all the other lads in the phalanx are just like trying to like shrug their shoulders to try and like cheer themselves up a little bit, if that's the case.
How?
Yeah. Like, what is your profession? Who? Yeah.
What's your leader saying to the priest? Is he also trying to find out what's happening?
They level your like a spear at you and then, why, are you a spy now?
No,
I
no,
thought you were
I'm,
a healer.
I'm not a healer. My friend here is.
that would be me. I'm the healer.
Yep.
Your
Best
job
healer
ain't to know what to do, just go heal the city.
Damn.
Simple enough. Do you have any
To
supplies?
bring people back to life.
Do you have any supplies to help me do that, or am I just supposed to sort of spit in the wound and force it shut?
Yuck.
What do I fucking look like? I'm a fucking soldier in the phalanx. Go try and find out your own supplies. Go talk to the clerics wherever they are.
Nadia's gonna step forward to him and go, we are here offering your leader aid in stopping something that shouldn't be occurring for 3 days. You are unprepared. The city is full of non-combatants, and there are a great deal of people lacking their weapons and armor because they were being cleaned, polished, sharpened before the event. Do you really want to turn down this help without even asking?
He looks a bit unsure.
And
But-
she's sort of going to raise her eyebrows at him.
Looks a bit unsure of himself. He goes, fine. Go to the city hall. The cleric should have supplies there. Now go heal the city. If you want to help.
That was not what I was saying.
Well, that's what I'm telling you.
I was thinking with fireballs we could like carpet bomb the north. It's not going to stop the fighting.
Don't think that would help.
No, I don't.
You have just said that you're just a soldier. How happy is your leader going to be with you making that kind of decision for him?
Make a persuasion check.
I say she's just full on challenging his authority at this
Yeah.
point because he's not the guy we want to talk to.
Oh no, definitely not.
Persuasion. I'm not so hot at persuasion. Where's my D20?
Yeah, you're
Tap
trying to
Nadia,
trying to
can I tap
reason.
Nadia on the shoulder and give her guidance?
Okay, sure.
What
I'll
does
be like,
guidance
yes,
get me?
listen to her.
You had a D4 to your roll.
I had a D4 to my roll. Let's see.
If
do
you
I
choose
get...
to, you can roll it and then decide whether you need it or not, and you can save it for
I
later.
got a pretty good roll. Actually, I've rolled an 18. But
Okay.
as Krusk has decided to help me out, I shall roll the D4 also. I only got a 1. That makes it a 19 overall.
Okay. So you're trying to appeal to the soldier's sense of reason that he doesn't want to be the one who fucked up
Yeah,
and
basically.
be the one getting ten lashing. And you can see him just like you can tell like he isn't like prepared for this kind of situation. Like he's supposed to be in the fighting. Really, he's supposed to be the one like. And so some of the older soldiers go like, "Go on, Sarge, just let them in. If they do anything, we can track them down." The boys like, "Yeah, we could. Yeah."
There's definitely a lot more of them than there are is us, right?
Yeah, 100%. And the sergeant just like he begins to waver and says, "All right, but we've got our eyes on you.
I'm
Do
gonna
anything
try
wrong,
anything.
and we'll have you."
I'm not going to try anything. Like I said, we want to help. We don't want to be stuck in the middle of this mess.
So they part the phalanx and they let you guys through. So
Leader.
you get closer to the leader.
Mhm.
From what you can gather, his name is Rusra.
Oh, like the clan.
Yes,
Okay.
like for some reason, from what you can gather, his name is Rusra, and he's just barking like, "Why the fuck has this happened early? What are you doing? Why is this continuing? Get the fucking Zell to stop right now, or I'll have your heads." And then there's a few of the priests around, like, "We've tried to reason with it, but they're still charging through. The other clans have started to get right rowdy, and they're starting to hear the fighting. And he's like, "Don't give me problems, give me answers now."
Mr. Roosra, we want to help. We come to put an end to the fighting, but we need a bit of guidance. What the best thing to do is?
He swivels on a point, anger full on his face. "Who the fuck are you who let you in?"
I'm Krusk of the JC. You might have heard of us. Anyway.
Oh my god. I love
Oh, no.
Krusk. This idea of this like really angry bugbear war leader turning around and there's Krusk there just like, "Hi, I'm Krusk."
We're the Justice
My
Collective.
name's Kork. I'm
Yeah.
here to rocks.
He's just like Kork.
We can
Staying in
we can hand
the
out
city.
leaflets, but we need a lot of parchment.
We need a petition to stop the fighting.
Yes, yes, lots of ink, so we can. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, we've been caught up in the fighting. We were already in the city. We came over here because we wanted to help. People keep saying it's Zell who have started the fighting.
Yes, the fucking Zell.
Okay, if we force the Zell to stand down, will that stop the fighting?
Who knows? The other clans are bound to smell blood.
Do you have any idea why they went early?
I don't know. I heard an explosion of sorts from the north,
Hmm.
and then they started pouring in.
Nadia's looking at the priests rather than the leader.
Mhm.
Or are they all just standing around looking relieved they're no longer being screamed at?
Yeah, it's like the one that Rooster was like shouting at vehemently. It's just like breathed like a sigh of relief. Like he's like shrunken down a little bit and relaxed more a bit from not being like to face the force of Rooster's attention and anger. The other priests are like talking among themselves, like trying. You can think they're thinking like casting message or something between themselves. It's probably like from those of you who know magic, is what it looks like to try and do message, to try and like communicate with some of the other ones around the city, trying to going on.
Riso, we're happy to go and stop it, but I do need to know one thing. I know you have healers who are meant to revive people and such. You're still going to revive anybody we have to put down, right? Like they're not going to get excluded for breaking the rules or something, are they?
Anyone not wearing black shall be questioned and then revived.
How do you question
Okay.
somebody who's dead?
Speak with dead.
Speak with dead.
That makes sense. I
Okay,
should have
so
thought of that.
they won't. They will still be like healed and stuff. Basically, you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have the chance. Anyone wearing black is dead.
That's understandable. Okay. Thank you, Rusro. Krusk's going to turn to the others and say, "I think we need to go north and we need to try and stop them."
So we're going to go into
Possibly.
what? Cell territory? Where the fighting likely originated from? That's
think
the
we-
plan.
I think we need to, otherwise this whole city's going to just go up and fighting, and there's lots of people trapped in here still.
Well, let's hope
Mhm.
the being, the cleric, the healing thing will get us in. But Seems-
Nadia's gonna turn to the cleric that's like not cleric, the priest that's there, being like, and say to them, any idea what the best way would be to stop them?
Try to explain that it's not supposed to be today. Try to understand if they try and understand if they did it or if they just pounced on opportunity.
mm,
If they just pounce on opportunity, then they could be reasoned down to it. But if they pounce on this, there's no hope for them. We've just got to
If they
continue.
if they were the ones who caused the explosion,
mm.
how could we recognise their leader?
I would imagine he's called Zell.
Oh, that's wonderful. What do you want me to do? Go and ask every bugbear in the city if their name is Zell?
I mean, they probably had the back, I suppose.
He's gonna be black, isn't he?
Does this
Tell-
guy
Can
have
you
any
let the person
discerning
who might
features?
actually have a clue answer the question, Talari?
I'm just trying to help.
You're not being very useful. And she's going to turn back to the cleric.
He's likely in the
Rather.
he's likely in the city already. The leaders of the clans have to leave from the front. He'll be wearing black and blue, and good luck. Like
Black and blue. Okay. Not like they don't have like a flag or anything, do they?
I was gonna say,
they'll likely have a large force around them, probably like we do.
Mm.
For Usra, but
Mm. The one
If it-
being defended, I guess. I suppose.
If it comes down to it, and I don't want this to be a first option, I'm just asking. If we take out the leader, would that cause them to stop? Do you think?
Mm.
maybe
Okay,
not.
okay.
It depends if there's another one willing to take the charge or not.
Mm.
If
Okay.
they take the name of Zell, then they'll be the one in charge.
Hmm.
One more thing.
They'll all be pretty
wait.
willing.
Oh no, we can't take it, can we? It's not like a keep what
don't
you
be
kill
silly.
type thing.
I can see your ambition, but generally speaking, you'd have to be part of the clan
Oh,
to
okay.
take it.
Yeah,
So
you'd
you'd
already
have to be
part of the
blue.
clan.
Just stab him and go,
Generally
I am
speaking, at
Zell!
least. And then you have to be wearing black, so the leader can't be revived to be leader.
Oh, I forgot you can't be revived. Surely.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
leaders are
Permadeath.
told to wear black
Yeah.
perforce.
Mm.
Mm.
One
Test
question
their
for the
commitment, I guess.
yeah. One question for the priest. Do you have a reliquary I can borrow? It'll-
What?
Borrow.
Fuck.
What? Why yes? Why don't I check up my ass? Fuck off!
Fuck.
Oh, damn. Savage.
Fuck. Okay,
So
are you gonna
random.
explain what that was about later? I reckon we go to if we want to see if we can find the leader, go towards a hole in the wall and work from there.
yeah, I mean, definitely
It's your
we'll try and reason with him first. And if he
Kind
doesn't
of,
listen to reason, we'll have to use force.
I just don't
It's
see-
still raining, isn't it, Matt?
Yes.
And it's like thick
down.
rain, harder to see through kind of thing.
Wouldn't necessarily
I'm
be-
wondering if I could be able to fly up and sort of scout.
You definitely
Fly
could. It's just
up.
the
It's a
visibility.
thunderstorm.
The visibility is certainly better than the mists.
Hmm.
Also,
look.
is it still thundering and lightning?
No,
Because I could... Oh, okay.
it's just
Okay.
raining. The thunder and lightning has stopped. It seems to have, for those of you who, for Turygurtha at least, the thunder and lightning seem to have stopped once the explosion happened.
Hmm.
Interesting.
But to be fair, you were looking at trying to sort Thoradin out, so like it's not an immediate linking, but like but it hasn't lightning since.
Harry, if you could
Well,
lead us from the skies, that would be really helpful.
It will be 5 minutes max, maybe 2.
that's less than 5.
She's gonna run around in the air.
Don't all these cities have like a raised platform on this side of the walls?
God tower.
Yeah, they've got towers and
Because in theory, if you get up there, you
In the
just
wall.
peer over to see what's kind of going on, rather than having to. I guess
Oh, he's so fast flying. He might as well just whiz around.
that's
That
true.
would
Yeah,
help.
they're not going to catch him, are they?
Yeah.
so you decide to run up. And how good is your dodging, Turygurtha?
That's the question you want to hear out of the GM,
Oh
innit?
dear! What?
Because
How good
the
is my dodging? My
the-
dodging's
the-
pretty good.
the unfortunate thing about being a target in the air is that those who see a target in the air with bows and arrows tend to take shots as they're making volleys into the city, or want to make volleys into the city anyway.
And not to be
So-
racist, but you are Drow, so technically, by nature, you are covered in black.
Well, no, you'd still be like, but you would be dark for sure, because of the distances where, and it's still like, and it's not like daytime anymore. So it would be dark. You would be like a silhouette practically as you run through the air. So it'd be difficult to ascertain what loyalty you
Right.
belong to if
Shoot
you
So
first.
belong to
everyone's just
anybody.
taking pot shots on the
Yeah.
odd shot.
So potentially it's like you go up in the air and you see an arrow go whiz past your head and you go, shit. Is this a good? Like you have the decision. It's like, is this a good idea for you to keep going, staying in the air?
Mm.
You risk being hit by bows and by arrows or other ranged weaponry.
Yeah.
We can always just go together. Like if
Like-
it's risky, you don't want to be turned into a pincushion.
It's completely up. It's completely up to you if you want to keep trying to be up in the air or not. You get a few arrows fly past your head, and you go shit.
So the idea of Turi like, I'll be 5 minutes max, and comes back like 30 seconds later, like, so they shot a load of arrows at me.
Sorry, I'm trying to deal with my child at the same time.
I know.
Fair enough.
So I missed half of that. Did I get hit by arrows?
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you
No.
haven't been hit by arrows, but you are beginning to be the target of arrows and other ranged weaponry. So you have like you dodge the first arrow, the second arrow, and think, shit, there's gonna be more of these aiming at me now. Because you're like a black silhouette in the air, and any bored archer who is waiting to get into the city is gonna start taking shots because they're bored, probably.
Okay. In my speedy trying to dodge and see at the same time, do I get the chance to see a very large portion of blue moving in the city?
Yes, to the north.
Oh, that's very exciting.
You see a large swath of blue to the north, but the north gate hasn't been broken yet. They've seemed to have like used the broken part of this red section of
hole
the
in the
wall.
wall. Okay.
You see the hole at the wall, and like the blue people are trying to like charge in now. And
Lord,
it's like
Lord of the Rings
but-
style. Through the hole.
yeah, it's like Helm's Deep, like and then you have like patches of like pink, like it's like a pink line. So you have a pink somewhere. So you have like a pink like line here trying to like fend them off, and then there's like another pink line around here, like beginning to mount some kind of counter attack. But
What
there's
would
lots of blue trying to get into the city through the breakage in the wall.
this is obviously a very familiar city because every city is the same.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the quickest route on the ground to this little skirmish?
To the right, we'd probably be out this wall to the right to the city hall and through this market.
Okay. I will return back dodging those arrows, especially considering, they were to hit me. I'll just deflect missile because I'm a badass monk.
Just throw it back at them.
Yeah.
Throw 'em
What do you have to do to deflect missile? It's a key point, or is it just for free?
No,
It's a
I
reaction,
think
isn't it?
it's a reaction to deflect, and then I can burn a key point if I've got a free hand to
To
throw
send
it
it
back
back.
as a ranged
Oh, okay.
attack.
Fine. Okay, so your reactions are good enough to catch a few arrows that are hitting you, for sure. I was just double checking you didn't have to spend anything to
Yeah.
deflect.
Badass though. Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
what is it? The Loki scene in Avengers. Where he just catches
Yeah,
it.
there's a few arrows that get a bit close to you and think, shit, that was close. But luckily, like
a
your
lot more
your
arrows
cape,
than I expected.
yeah, exactly. Like you see like a Melf's mass acid arrow, like a few spells, while your head way as well. You think definitely can't dodge those in the same way.
Okay, so when I come back down, I'll just be like, okay, we'll have to go through the market, but that will be the shortest route over. They've the Rusra have a line to protect from the Zell, but I imagine if he has to lead from the front, then that's where the lead is going to be.
Okay, let's go.
I guess.
Similar sort of method as before, I suppose. So I don't think we get too much resistance up into the line, in theory. So we'll just kind of do our usual. Me and the Talari in the middle. Just sort
Flashing your white robe every now and again.
yeah,
You're like, I'm definitely a healer.
Yeah,
I'm
no black.
definitely a
There's no
healer."
black here. It's all white. It's fine.
You stop by the cleric's area at all? Because it would be on your way if you wish to stop. Or do you want to just keep going?
No, I'll just keep going. I think that was only
Okay.
that was more for just the banter, more than anything else. There's just,
Okay.
she's perfectly stocked. She's probably not going to help any of them anyway.
Brutal. Okay. That's fair. Okay, so you managed to get to the back of this Rusra line, and there's like a few priests like involved. There's a few healers there, like right at the back, and a few priests are just trying to like shout over the rage of like the fighting that's going on, thinking, "It's not today. Please go back. It's not today. What are you doing? Go back." Trying to like send messages to people, like trying like to convince these Rusra are this line of Rusra you're behind. They're not being the aggressors at all. They are for sure at this moment in time trying to defend the city first, rather than outright trying to kill straight away.
Mhm.
It's like if you can imagine in the back of their mind, they're going, if this isn't really today, there's no point in me killing myself today and wasting my diamond price on it.
Matt,
Yeah.
given we've just gone through a market,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything around that could make a very, very loud noise?
I can make a loud noise. I've got a spell for it.
Have you got like a thunderclap spell?
I've got it's called Thunderstep or something, which will make a big boom when I move.
Right.
I've also got No, wait, that's not it.
Have you got any...
Prestidigitation.
Oh, I meant to say
Shake your-
Thaumaturgy. I'm gonna swap that out. I did the wrong one, but I've got
Um,
Thaumaturgy as well.
Right. Have you got anything that can make somebody's voice louder?
Thaumaturgy will do that.
Thaumaturgy, yeah.
Right. In that case, Nadia's gonna like run up and nab one of the priests who's shouting.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, he looks a bit confused, like, what are you doing?
Right. You're trying to get them to stop and stand down, right?
Of course.
Right.
It's not today.
Yeah, right. If our spellcaster can get everybody to shut up and listen and make your voice louder, are you willing to shout?
Yeah.
Right, Krusk, come over here.
Okay, I can.
Get everyone's attention, and then this guy is gonna start telling them to shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down.
Okay, I'm gonna use
And it
formal,
might work.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make my voice boom.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna be like,
you're supposed to be enhancing him,
I
not you.
can't, I
You
can't.
Can you
I can only
not?
do it myself. But I'll just try and get their attention.
All right, just
I'll-
repeat whatever he says then.
I'll give you
Attention!
I'll give you
Stop the
guidance.
fighting!
I'll
thanks.
I'll cast guidance on Krusk.
Cheers.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
just repeat whatever he says, right? And hopefully the loud noise and if the noise is loud enough, they'll stop for long enough for you to like actually start talking to them, and they'll all be able to hear you.
Does the
Okay.
thaumaturgy work? Otherwise, I'll use Thunderstep.
okay. So okay. First things first. So the priest asks you to say, "Tell them Togegach's not today." Just try and repeat Togegach's not today as much as you can. If they don't respond, then they must have done it themselves, or try and call for Zell. That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So okay. When you shout, say your words normally, and we'll pretend that you shout it. So at least we know
Yeah,
exactly what you
don't
say.
have to scream.
Yeah.
So I'll just say, Zell, come out here. Togegach is not today. You've broken the rules.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
All right, give me that thing, Sonny.
Oh, yep.
Guidance.
So yeah, I'm
Sorry,
giving you
camera.
guidance. So you get
Oh, I wrote the wrong thing. Sorry. I clicked the wrong button. 22. I'll use the guidance as well. Why not?
Yep.
Because it runs out, doesn't it?
yeah. Last a
Yeah.
minute, I think.
There's no point
Yeah.
hoarding it,
Yeah, I can just keep casting it.
really.
No,
So-
I got 4, so it's 26.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Might actually work.
Yeah. So the immediate the first line of blue Zell fighters right in front of you. They hear you in full voice because they're the closest, and they're in mid charge going rah, and they falter a little bit going not today. Some of them are confused.
Don't
Other
feel
one
silly.
a little bit.
It's
some of them
only
are confused.
Tuesday.
Wait, what day is it?
So
I thought it was Friday.
So some are a bit confused. Other ones are still. Some of them are behind and still charging, and then the roost right in front of you are just shouting Zell, 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 Zell.
I'll do the same.
Do you do it with your thaumaturgy?
Yeah, I'll do my thaumaturgy. I'll be
Okay.
like, Zell! Zell!
And that is started to confuse and trying to some of the people are looking around thinking, wait, that they're supposed to chant Roosra? You're not on the wrong side. Some of the people are very confused. And
Derail this battle. The power of sheer confusion.
but you can still see behind them more zealots still charging in, but they're starting to get a bit of a bottleneck now because the immediate fighting right in front of you has stopped, more out of confusion than out of anything else. And then the people in pink, and then they're trying to talk a bit more normally now. The shouting isn't quite as loud, and they're trying to go, "It's not today. Did you do it on purpose?" And they're like, "I don't know. And they're not quite. They're a bit unsure of if they did it or if they were supposed to do it. They just saw a hole and went through it.
He told me to run, and I did.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to push through? Now you've got some calm in front of you. Do you want to still push through and still do the same?
Push the
Yeah, I
line,
think
man. Push the line.
Yeah, I think I'll walk forwards, pushing the line, and I'll kind of keep shouting that, it's not today, it's not today. Stand down, Zell. You've gone too early.
Premature,
You
man.
should-
Premature.
Yeah.
Muppets.
You shot your load too early.
That's it.
Bringing the priest with us.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, the whole purple line, pink line will move forward with you. They're trying to go. Lay down your arms. We'll organize. We'll sort this out properly. You're not in trouble if you please. So they're trying to reinforce the fact that you're not in trouble if you didn't do it on
It's not
purpose.
today. Yeah. I love this. This is an entire city of dedicated violence, this, that, and the other, and they're all desperately trying not to fight.
until like 2 days time, when they then just do it
Until
again.
2 days' time, but then it will be the right kind of fighting.
That's it.
Well,
Yeah.
well, they
Nice.
understand themselves that
Purge.
there are potentially, if they didn't do this on purpose, then there are innocents in the city they're responsible for, and then it's
Like
then
kids
they go
and
it,
stuff
it
that
bites their
can't be
back in the
expected
ass.
to fight. Yeah.
It bites them in the ass super big if they didn't do it on purpose.
Mm.
And then if they
Mm.
don't, if they do stop fighting, then they can only get their leader in trouble if that's the case, and then they're more likely to survive the day,
Yeah.
at least.
Mm.
So you're able to push through, chanting Zell, getting them to stand on their weapons, through more confusion. Eventually, the tide of blue trying to storm in kind of falters a bit because they can't get in anymore because there's not enough. There's not enough space.
Mm.
But the people are starting to lay down their weapons and starting to just mill around a bit, and you eventually like get to like the right where the broken wall is, and people are like starting to go out, and they're trying to they are trying to like look for Zell now. They're thinking, what the fuck is actually going on? Like, there's a reason. Why is there no one fighting? There should be fighting today. It's today, right? And they're like, no, it's not today. It's not today. What are you doing? And eventually, Zell does appear, huge bugbear wearing full blue with a black helmet, and then it's got like a Roman like blue plume around the middle.
Nice.
Nice. I
Nice.
like this guy's
Pretty cool.
style.
Um,
Can we go up to him?
He's just standing there looking like two swords in his hand, going, "Why is someone fighting? What are you doing? Put back your weapons again. Charge!" And everyone's still really confused. Like, it's not today's cell. What are you playing at? And they're like, and he's just as confused as the rest of you. And so you eventually, with the pink wave wall coming up and you guys behind, a priest comes out and he's like, "Sal, did you do this on purpose?" And he's like, "No, I thought you laid the plan and then we was going to be a surprise." And we just saw the lightning go bang, and it just, we thought, today's the day, boys. We thought it was going. Togegach came early. And he's like, and the priest is like, "No, why would we do lightning? That's not fun. Sparks, sure, fun, but why would we break tradition?" And Zell's looking a bit silly for himself. It's like,
Poor
oh,
bloke.
shit. Fuck. All right, lads, back out that wall. And most of the Zell do start to go back outwards, but there's about 5 or 6 immediately around him, all with similar like black helmets with blue plumes, who stand around him almost like his honor guard. They stay with him and don't leave. And Zell's looking a bit sheepishly of himself. He goes, "Shit, best go make our apologies to Rusra. He's not going to like this."
He's pretty pissed.
Mm.
I'll be honest with you.
Like,
A bit pissed.
it's been the same day for I don't know how many years.
Terry,
You
just leave it, okay? We've got what we wanted. You
Yep.
sounded the retreat.
Yep.
Just, it doesn't matter, okay?
I just,
Well.
yep.
I know. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's gonna sidle up and be like, "Call him stupid as much as you want when we get away from here. We don't want another fight starting."
Yes, we've done what we came to do. I think we should just get our sleep and just leave.
Yeah, it's like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
too tired to be dealing with this.
So
Okay.
Zell goes back to the square. Do you want to go back with him, follow him along, or do you just want to go back to the inn?
We'll
I'm
go back
kind
with
of
him.
curious just to see what happens when he gets there, to be honest.
I don't think Terry feels like she could hold her tongue much longer. I think Terry would probably have to go back to the inn just out of safety for political reasons.
Yeah, I think if someone else is going back to the inn, I think Talari will go with to the back to the inn. She's just had enough of this. I think if Turi's going back to the inn, Talari will go with her.
I just feel like if we stay any longer, the urge to call him an idiot will be too much to handle.
Well,
That's very legit, to
at
be
least
fair.
he's redeeming himself. That's he's
True.
he's owning up to what he did. That's part of redemption, is it not?
True. All
Right.
great reasons. Yep. Just, yep.
I'm just tired. I just want to go to bed. I'm.
Nadia's had a thought again and is going to go, hey, priest, should something be being done about that wall? Is there, like, maybe people trapped under there?
Perhaps we'll have to get some people taking a look at that. But as you start doing that, like as you start mentioning like some like pink and some blue, people are starting to like look underneath to make sure anybody home, what's going on, kind of thing.
I mean, I've got...
Just knock on some of the rocks. Anyone in?
Anyone in there?
I
You guys still sleeping?
They're strong, so I lift some of the rocks around, some like the rubble around.
Well, I've got a direwolf who can probably sniff out survivors.
Oh, sure. By all means, if you wish to help, please.
I mean, it's 2 in the morning, but
Heavy
Also-
rain as well. Doesn't that wash away scent and things like that? I don't know.
if they're trapped under rocks, I mean,
true.
I can give it a shot, right?
Yeah, worth a go.
Yeah. No harm in trying. So Nadia and Ulva are making their efforts to stay and help the people who however many there may be stuck in the rubble with a combination of Zell and Roosra people.
Can use your axe to light it up, like a torch. Just
Yep. Well,
So
she'll definitely ask before doing anything like that because she doesn't want to, like, some other muppet to think this is a signal, does she?
That's a good. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you draw your weapon, and people are like, yeah,
No.
no, not today.
It's not even tomorrow, is it? It's like
No.
2 days
exactly.
time.
Yeah, it's like a day and a half away. Now that's the night. Yeah. So okay. So Turygurtha and Talari decide to go back.
Mhm.
Thoradin, Krusk, what would you guys like to do? Would you like to stay and help? Go with Zell to see Roosra? Do you want to go back to the inn? Do you want to help? What would you like to do?
Us will go with Zell back to Roosro, see what's going on there.
Okay. Krusk wants to go back to Roosra with Zell. Thoradin, what would you like to do?
Thoradin doesn't want to go back to sleep. He doesn't want to dream just yet.
Okay.
After what happened.
That's legit.
He's
That's
actually going to help with the wall because it's kind of his fault that it went down. So he's going to help out. See if he can
Okay.
save anyone.
Yeah.
Be an extra
cool.
hand.
So, Talari and Turygurtha, you guys head back to the inn. You let the innkeeper know it's all sorted. It's all good. He looks relieved as fuck and managed to get everyone out. He managed to find. Here's the back of the cellar. It was behind a wall that he put up to hide some things.
Well, at least you know now for next time. It's good to be prepared.
Well, yeah. Well, wasn't supposed to be here, but we'll see. I'll say what happens next. But yeah, most of the patrons have either gone back to bed or filtering back, making the most of the drinks that the innkeeper had. From what you can tell, walking back past the East Gate, there's still like a sizable force of Roosra around. Mainly there as just in case things start back up again, like the Korrak don't start getting their own ideas. But at the moment, the East Gate is not being assaulted, from what you can tell. And as you get close to the end, you can see the similar thing of the South Gate, the Ogrim. I haven't started to fight or break further through yet, but there's still a sizable force there just in case. You can probably assume that they're not going to be. They're going to be on guard for the rest of the time until Togegach actually starts now.
Just in case there's any more fuck ups.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, can I just say, Taluri, is that our couple name?
Talari.
I
Oh
know.
my god.
Taluri, that's our couple name.
Wow.
You can tell it's been a long day sometimes. Things combined together, you know, that they're never supposed to do. I think it's the first time that's happened, though.
Yeah. Normally we just get it
Yeah.
wrong, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Usually
usually you
it's
just
mixed
talk about
up,
the wrong person.
not
Now
combined.
we've got an amalgamation.
I know it's
Yeah.
magical. Yeah. So for Nadia and Thoradin, you managed to help out the Zella and the Rusra to unpick the rubble. For the most part, the people who lived here hadn't had to move away, but like got out a few days beforehand. There's a few like servants that you met that are in the basement that were unscathed. So you managed to help them get out and explain
Dig them
what was
out.
going on and why. And they looked very relieved and just happy not to be crushed under some rubble. That you do find one like pink rooster dressed in black, and like people are very unsure. He's dressed in black. Should we revive him? But he's not. But you've meant. There's a lot of like uncertainty of the rules around that scenario until the priest
Given he
comes
was
along.
killed by the weather, technically, rather than
Well,
actually
exactly.
by...
And so until a priest comes along and like to speak with Dead and explains, this isn't Togegach today. Do you want to come back to be part of Togegach? And the guy's like, oh fuck, of course.
I love
And
that.
then
Do we resurrect you so you have a chance to die again tomorrow?
well, exactly. And then like the healer comes along and revives him, and he comes back and he's just looks very confused as everyone else is. But yeah, for the most part, you have to rescue everyone who was trapped. Well done, everybody. Ulva does help for sure. Her extra special senses are able to get just to the pinpoint a lot easier than just picking up some rubble and hoping for the best. In terms of repairing the wall, there's not a lot of help that can be done. You think they might just be in agreement not to use this part of the wall as part of Togegach, but you know, it's a lot. It's just a lot of uncertainty.
Get off!
That's not gonna last.
There's just a lot of uncertainty. It's just going to be an accepted weak point, or is it going to be like, are Rooster going to lay extra traps or something there now? It's like there's just a lot of uncertainty,
Yeah.
and a lot of people aren't willing to talk out loud about it because they don't want to give the opposition any ideas until anything's been confirmed.
Although it's a lot of stone shape to fix such a big hole in the wall.
Potentially, they probably have to wake up smiths and other people to try and organize something.
Yeah.
But that's the talk for the morning. And then you guys, what would you guys like to do afterwards? Do you want to go back to straight to the inn, or do you want to try and find Krusk in the square still? It takes a good hour or two trying to uncover all the rubble.
I don't think Krusk will still be in the square, will he?
Potentially not. You don't know.
I don't know.
Thoradin will head back. Thoradin will go and find Krusk. See if he can.
Okay, you're still in a wandering mood, not a sleeping mood.
I don't think he's going to be in a sleeping mood for the next couple of nights.
Ah,
Nadia will go
I
back to the
don't know if he
square
wants to
with him.
sleep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so company, that's fair.
Nadia
Okay.
will accompany him back if he's going back to the square. She'll be like, yeah, okay, sure.
Cool. So, Krusk.
3 a.m., but sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you don't get some sleep soon, you're probably going to get a level of exhaustion, but you're probably going to get sleep in time, generally speaking. So Krusk, you go back with Zell and his honor guard and a few other Roosra around. Not quite. They're looking more guarded at him. They're not quite weapons out. All the weapons are sheathed, but it's just uncertainty. Why should he be here this early? It's should we get Roosra to come here instead? But no, Roosra should never leave his station. Everyone should come to him. It's there's lots of procedure involved. That's a lot of people are uncertain. But yeah, as you finally get there, Roosra looks still pissed and it's takes a full charge at Zell and punches him clean in the face, which Zell doesn't defend. And he's like, "What the fuck were you doing? Why did you attack so soon? You know it's not today. What are you doing?" This, and Zell's just taking some of the abuse, but then he's like, "Hey, I'm not the one who allowed my wall to get lightened out, and who didn't defend well enough in the first place to try and see what was going on. it's your direction of duty as much as it is mine for my leadership. I just pounced on the opportunity. It's just because it never happened before doesn't mean it doesn't have to be the first. It can't be the first time it happened. And they just have a mused like scrap like fight like verbal altercation fight, and you can tell that they're edging almost to want to fight each other, but their respective honor guards are trying to like get in the way a little bit because like it's not meant to be today. They're not meant to fight today. If they fight, they're meant to fight to the death, and then that's bad for more chaos that could be involved.
Sorry,
And
the
then-
idea of the two of them being like held back by their mates, like two angry drunks in a pub, is
Yeah.
kind of funny.
It's alright, man. Leave it. It's fine. It's fine.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, precisely. Yeah.
Not worth it. Come on, like stop, like before somebody calls the cops.
Yeah, it's a lot of like the priests are trying to get involved, being like, it's not meant to be today. Let's let bygones be bygones. You guys can fight it out on Togegach properly, and you guys can kill each other happy and good. Then it's only 2 days away. It's supposed to be. It's not too far away. We just got to repair the walls, and then after that, it'll be okay. And then Rooster goes, "You're banned from using that wall. If I see a single blue Zell go through that wall, you're banned." And he's like, "Yeah, and what? Is she going to be dead? Who's going to enforce the rule?"
Oh,
Lots of like almost childish
Background
anti, I
insults.
think. Yeah.
Almost
Trying
childish.
to well, very uncivilized. Fairly uncivilized banter back and forth between them.
Krusk will be constantly hovering between like getting in the way and being like, oh, they probably should just
Yeah.
work it out of their system.
Yeah, you don't want to get in the way too much because you're not really part of the honor guard. You don't want to
Yeah,
be construed
yeah.
as
You don't
doing something
both
else.
of them taking it out on you.
Yeah, I don't want them
Yeah.
both to turn on me. I'll just be like, oh, no, you're fine. Okay, carry on.
Yeah,
30
there's-
AC or not, you'd probably take something of a battery.
yeah, potentially. Yeah. You're not completely invincible.
Well, I just don't want to be forced to have to use something on them. It's best. Krusk will just be like, oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, they look okay.
Yeah,
And,
you find there's probably plenty of opportunity if you could have interjected, but then bite your tongue a little bit, thinking this is probably not the right thing to say right now. But then you say it in your head and probably chuckle a little bit, going, "Huh, yeah, that would have been good to say."
I'll tell it to City. I'll be like, hey, what do you think, City? I should have said that right. No, you're right.
Yeah, the cat
City with him.
Always.
Yeah, chilling.
Thought he left her at home when he was going fighting.
The building could have come down.
Yeah.
That's fair, actually. I can totally picture Cross being like, this building seems unstable. You
Yeah,
come
the
with
building
this,
might get
dude."
knocked down. I've got to
Yeah.
bring the cat with me.
What you need
is
is
higher
a
than
little
cities.
is a pouch inside your shield for him to sit in.
Oh,
I
wow,
was
kangaroo
imagining I
pouch.
could just put City down like like under the breastplate sort of thing. He can just chill there.
Nah, there was just a gap there for a reason.
And where?
The breastplate.
Breastplate for movement.
When you take a blow in plate armor, a lot
Oh,
of the
right, yeah.
force gets
I
dissipated,
know,
but the
yeah.
plate gets mashed into you like that.
I'd have
There's
the shield
just
in
no
front.
slashing force,
I'd have the shield
Yeah.
in front as well.
so you don't get cut in half, but it does
Yeah.
get like mashed into you. So the cat would get mashed into you. It wouldn't be good.
Hey, a little mashing is better than death. He'd have to chill there.
Eventually, we'll see.
Yeah.
But luckily, not today. It's not a
Yeah,
problem for
luckily,
today.
Maybe I'll look into getting him like his own armor.
God, cat armor.
Ah,
Yeah. So you manage. You see Alliances back and forth, and eventually they like the main anger dissipates. Like there's lots of spitting and cursing at each other, lots of just like sizing each other out, and eventually Zell does agree that they shouldn't use the break in the wall, but only for a certain amount of time. That's the concession he gets. Because if the lightning could break it, then they obviously were going to break it in Togegach. So they get the advantage for the head start. They don't get the advantage for the head start, but they're obviously gonna do it anyway. Totally, guys, come on, they could totally do it. Exactly, anybody could do it. You're trying to defend the Northgate. We're going to try and do something else. Totally. We weren't trying to go break in the sewers. No, never. Yeah, so lots of bluster, and eventually it does dissipate. And Barusha doesn't go anywhere. He's the one just trying to like make sure that the city's calmer than it was. But then Zell eventually does leave. And do you want to stick around with Rustra at all, or do you want to leave when Zell leaves?
I just want to talk to one of the priests and then I'll go back to the inn, I think. So I'll just go up to one of them and I'll say, I know you've not got a reliquary on you. but...
God, this again! It's like 3 a.m.
Anyway, they might as well answer my question. I'll say to him,
Fucking
look, I
Krusk
need
has
to-
got an obsessive mind.
I need to get one, but I imagine it's not the kind of thing you can just buy like from a shop or
Here and
something.
now
like,
is probably not the place.
Hey, we just saved their city, okay? They can answer my
Yeah,
question.
now's the best chance.
Yeah, you're in better graces. We'll give you that.
They might not be very good.
Better. So you choose to pick a different priest to ask last time.
Definitely, yeah.
Otherwise, you get told from what? From my ass again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to know where one would buy or borrow or acquire such a thing.
Oddity shop. 100%.
Sure,
Right,
I want to go.
That won't be a real relic, though, would it? It won't be worth 500 gold, neither. It'll be some random chicken bone.
So, you guys, right? Who do you follow?
Bahamut?
Good
Right.
fucking question, isn't it?
Go ask either Bahamut or Bahamut's people for one. You'll get one that works for you and your following. You
Okay.
don't want from us because it's unlikely to be anything useful and likely to bounce back on you and do bad stuff.
Okay, no, I don't want that. Okay. Okay, thank you. I will.
It's likely
this-
bad news bears.
Is this like they'll be cool with it, right? They're not gonna look at me like weirdly or something if I ask them.
No, a reliquary is a reliquary.
Okay.
I mean, they're rare. They're not easy to come by or easy to make. Bahamut's probably an easy one to make of because he sometimes exists on this plane, so they might be able to get a few things they can make a reliquary out of, but it's still not going to be very very rare, quite rare, not easy to get hold of.
Okay.
Very personal to the person.
No, I imagine, yeah, but yeah, hopefully they'll be cool with it. I really need one. Okay.
Don't we all?
All right. That's all I wanted. All the extras I wanted to do. I'll head back to the inn.
That's fair. As you head back, you do run into Nadia and Thoradin, also walking around the city looking for you. It seems.
Oh. Hi guys. What are you doing
Morning. Finished
Try not to
digging
go
out
back
the
to
wall.
sleep.
here? It sounded like you had a bad dream last night, Thoradin. Are you gonna be okay?
What gave that away, Krusk? Fucking brains trust over here, isn't it?
Yeah. So you gonna be alright, Thoradin, or?
I don't know. I don't know if Talus is ever going to stop trying to torture me. But
That could be a problem.
got to try and live my life. Hopefully Tempest can protect me somewhat.
You haven't been making any more silly agreements, have you? Or did you just turn up?
I tried. But Tempest
you wanna-
wouldn't have any of it.
Oh, what did he say? He wasn't
Well,
interested?
we have different agendas, I think.
Oh, okay.
He's all about honor. I think I'm more about glory.
More of a rogue agent.
Just didn't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
It's alright, actually. Tempest.
Do you
Yeah.
do you want to borrow City for the night? He's very soothing.
I'd be worried I'd squish it.
Oh well. No, he's staying with me then, yeah.
You could borrow Ulva. She won't mind.
Hard to squish.
Yeah, harder to squish.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's like practically a
twice
size
his
bigger
size,
than you.
yeah.
See, I'll take out a gold coin. And I'll give it to Thoradin, and I'll say, I know how much you like these. Maybe this will help you.
Give
You
it
got
to
any?
Tempest.
You got any more? I mean, one gold.
Don't
Do
push
you need
your luck.
Thoradin to have a
Shit.
good night?
Oh god. A lot.
Depends how
I
much
don't-
it
I don't
costs.
have-
It costs the busty, whatever
No.
it is.
I need a bit to potentially buy a reliquary in the future, so I have to keep the rest of it. I'm a bit tired.
Why do you need a reliquary, Krusk?
Well,
Oh, sp-
I also had a dream last night,
Oh
and
yes.
there was as part of the dream, I saw myself summoning a celestial, but it turned around to me and it said, "You better have a reliquary next time you call on me."
You better. or else.
Or else.
I'm coming after you.
That wasn't just a random dream, Krusk. Like a regular dream rather than like a prophetic god whatever dream.
Taking the risk. I'm only going to cast that spell now if I have a reliquary.
In case the celestial turns around and gives you a kicking.
Yeah.
Oh my
He was
god.
quite intimidating in the dream, so I don't want to be on his bad side.
Damn.
Oh my god.
That is amazing. I had a dream last night too.
Oh, did you also summon a celestial?
No. I was going to say I've never done magic in my life, but that would be a straight up lie. But no, I didn't summon a celestial. Sylvanas has finally decided to stop sitting on the fence.
Oh, wait. This sounds like a conversation we should have with the whole team. Let's have this in the morning. But this sounds like quite a big development.
I mean, sure.
No?
Doesn't
Not a
bother
big development?
me. And she shrugs. Unlike some people, I ask questions before accepting things.
So is this a big deal or not?
He doesn't actually want me to do anything specific right now, so it's not like a major big deal, but it's a deal. Stuff might happen. I don't know.
You get much in return for this, you know?
She
Much
sort
power.
of shrugs.
No?
We're making a deal where you don't do anything, and neither does he.
Sounds pretty rubbish to me.
She shrugs and she fishes out from underneath her shirt like a oak leaf necklace thing. This is pretty cool.
Thank
He
you.
gave me this.
Oh,
Does it
he
do
didn't say anything else?
Yeah,
What?
it does like cool magic shield stuff.
So it does do something.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you are getting something out of the deal.
there you go.
There you go. It's not so rubbish and boring.
What is? And he doesn't want you to say anything in exchange.
Well, he does, just like nothing specific right now.
Okay, so this is like an IOU for the future, is it? Let's have a look at him.
I mean,
Neutral.
guess.
Hmm.
I don't think it really works like that. What I want and what he wants is kind of lined up anyway, so it's not like we need to have a whole like.
What does
Think about
Sylvanas
it.
want? He's the god of nature, isn't he?
Wild nature.
Wild
God of
nature.
wild nature. Yeah, take a wild guess.
Well, if I knew, I wouldn't
Pun
be
not
asking.
intended. Balance.
How was I supposed to guess balance from nature? So he wants you to restore balance. But he wasn't specific.
Yes. Stop all this fuckery, basically. And I quote, they get to be evil and we get to fight them about it.
Hmm. Well, more hours is always good.
Always good to have gods that aren't trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always a plus, I suppose. Like,
Okay.
it's not like a massive big deal. I definitely had a better hours sleep than Thoradin did.
Yeah. Well, we never. I don't think Turi ever mentioned like how.
No, not
Your
here. You
situation.
can't join in.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
So, you guys go back to the inn, and the innkeeper again. He seems to be a bit more placated. He's not as chaotic now. It seems that that Turygurtha and Talari came back and explained what was going on, and most of the other inn patrons have gone back to bed. But it is a good 3-4 o'clock in the morning now. So it's going to be quite a way into the day by the time you finish your long rest. But as you go back to bed, for those of you who didn't get lightninged, definitely have restful sleep. But I can only imagine what Thoradin's go through the night. just trying not to relive what happened. But for the rest of you, you do get all of you do get a long rest and do benefit from that long rest still, though. And you wake in the morning, things are not fighting anymore, but it's still raining.
Hmm. Okay. I guess are we heading out then?
Unless we want to visit the
The
market.
originated.
Up to you guys. I only need one thing. And it's not in
Let's
the
get
market.
out of town before there's another fucking lightning strike.
Yes. We don't want don't want it starting early again for some bizarre reason. I've had enough of this place, personally.
Oh, it wasn't so bad. We made a few friends.
If you say so,
Yeah.
Krusk.
Could have been worse. Is something like of a damning of the place, isn't it? If that's all you can think to say about it. Oh,
I mean, it could have been worse. Chris could have died again. So.
That's very true. That's very true. But that's a pretty fucking low bar, isn't it?
But it's there. It's there, though.
It's there. Absolutely, it's there. But it's a pretty fucking low bar.
We should say this after every town we go to. Well, you know,
At least
it could have
Krusk
been
didn't
worse.
die.
It could have died.
Nobody died.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Doesn't
Well,
get
where-
much
where-
worse than that.
So where do we
Fuck
go
we
from
going
here?
next?
Like, we're following this. We still following this orange? No, we don't.
We're following the orange squiggle, I think. Yeah.
Or did that plan change? I remember our plan changed at one point.
Well, we've
So
got to
that is
work out
still
where
on
we go.
Mistress City.
That's Mistress City.
Are we still going to Mistress City? Because I thought we were going to.
Merkel Village.
Yeah.
Merkel Village. Yeah, we've got this is the point where we've got to work out if we're going to Mistra City or Merkel Village, because like one of the things we do need to work out is what's going to happen to the amulets if we give them to Mistra, because we don't actually know yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and we need all the other pieces to even do anything, and all
And
the
if we want to do anything, we need all the other pieces, which will either in or on their way to
Mistra.
Mistra City.
I mean, that's the first step of anything, isn't it? We're gonna have to go to Mistra to get the other pieces. I don't think there's a lot until we have all of them. There's not a lot else we can. There's no point going anywhere else.
Hey, can you recap our plan again? I know we're collecting all the pieces, but we're not. Why are we not getting to Mistra? I forgot.
We don't trust her. I think a lot of it.
To give them to the original Merkel, or sorry, they're not the original. One of the
Yeah,
Merkels.
so it's not Orcus, it's actually Merkel,
Mhm.
and
Old Merkel.
the original Merkel, yeah. And we are worried that Mistra wants to destroy them, rather than letting the power go. And so, because the current Merkel's doing a fucking shit job, there are undead all over the place, and we basically want to stop that.
Yeah, because basically the power's been split, so the old Merkel and new Merkel have half of the power each.
Half.
So we have to free this one, the old one. The older than you kind of duke it out, and whoever wins gets all the power, and it stops the undead problem at the same time.
I'm trying to find the list of shit to do that Matt sent me, because.
But yeah, we've got to get the 5 pieces. Got to get them together. The challenge though is that when we release Merkel, we need to do it near the other Merkel. That's the other, and that's why we need to go to Merkel.
Was it, yeah.
The Merkel's settlement. That's why we need to go to Merkel's town, because that's.
We need to. Yeah, we need to go to the realms of death and let them out there or something.
Yeah, and the best place to do that is in Merkel's village, in Merkel's thing.
Where's Merkel town?
The blue one.
It's surprisingly nearby. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's like this one.
Yeah.
That wasn't planned, but that was very useful that happened.
Yeah. But I think that's the kind of idea that we're doing. But obviously the initial challenge is the people who hired us to give them the amulets, of which we obviously have 2, is to persuade them that it's not Orcus and that it's Merkel, and they've got to take our word for it, because only we know that. So they will not only will we not give them our 2, but we want their 3.
Yeah.
And they've paid us to give them that 2. So it's.
I don't want the money back because I don't have it.
Yeah. So this is the complication that's going to arise from that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Whether we
Then
can.
again, if they sincerely believe it's Orcus and we can like prove it in the other direction, then maybe they'll be more willing to listen to us. But yeah,
Proving it's
I
going to be
think our-
tricky.
proving
then-
it's going to be a bugger. Yeah, I think our best first step is to go down to like Mistra Village.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
like regardless.
Yeah, because there's no point going to Merkel's with only 2. So.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I forgot because I was doing some schemes at the time, but they've all been changed now.
You were in fact full of schemes. You were like, oh yeah, we should totally just give it to Mistra because I don't know, she was your sugar mummy at the time.
not
Good.
wholly inaccurate. That.
Yeah, like literally, I can't see the lie there.
Yeah.
She was a great girl.
Okay. Just give you a good time.
Her hands are magic, man.
Yep.
So, how will you guys fare in Mistra City? How well will you get there? Will Talos further send more bad stuff your way? Will he not? Who knows? Let's find out next time on
Probably.
the Ascendant Lands.